To begin my Dharma message, please join me in Gassho. Put your hands together. Of those who encounter the power of the primal vow, not one passing by in vain. They are filled with the treasure ocean of virtues, the defiled waters of their blind passions, not separated from it. 本願力に相ぬれば、虚しくすぐる人ぞなき。功徳の崩壊満ち満ちて煩悩の浄水隔てなし。ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモ阿弥陀仏、ナモナモ。Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to this Sunday service this morning. Today we are having the All Sangha Memorial Service. So you see the, are we still showing the slideshow? Yeah. Slideshow, those our former members who passed away before us. So first of all, I'd like to express my deepest sympathy who lost their family member and friends. So Sierra Betsin has All Sangha Memorial Service. Then every year we are adding the people's names and slides for the All Sangha Memorial Service. So as a temple, as a Buddhist minister here at the Sierra Betsin Buddhist Temple, I officiate the funeral service and the memorial service. So here at the temple, or sometimes at the gravesite or someone's home, different location as well. So those who, I officiated those funeral service and memorial service, we add those loved one's name in the All Sangha Memorial Service slideshow list, then Hatsubon list, then Shotsuki list. These three lists, we are adding our loved one's name. Hatsubon is, of course, we have Obon Hatsubon service on the second weekends of July. So Hatsubon is only one time service for our loved one who passed away before us. Hatsubon is those who passed away from last year's Obon to this year's Obon. So those names are listed as a Hatsubon list. So then we have a Shotsuki list. So like today is still May. So May Shotsuki list means those who passed away in May. We have a name of the list, those who passed away. Then June Shotsuki list, which is those who passed away in June. So I'm thinking very soon, sometime August or September, I'm thinking to start having a Shotsuki service. I designate one Sunday to have a Shotsuki service during the Dharma exchange time. So you can bring your loved one's framed photo or Buddhist name. I set a table in front so we can have a memorial service together on Sunday. So, in Buddhist tradition, we have like a third year memorial service, 1 year, third year, seventh year. We have certain year memorial services, but not all the families, not always, family can schedule all these services. But on Sunday too, you can, instead of scheduling the private memorial service, we can have the monthly memorial service together here at the Sierra Betsin Buddhist Temple. Then also annually we have All Sangha Memorial Service. So I told you, adding the names to this slide, there's some kind of guidelines which I have. So since I came to Seattle, I'm following this guideline. We are adding last year's Hatsubon list into this year's All Sangha Memorial Service. So that's why, in this list today, those who passed away between last year's Obon to this year's Obon, they are not included in this year's Obon All Sangha Memorial Service yet. So these people's name, a slide, is going to be added next year's All Sangha Memorial Service. So we have Obon Hatsubon service first for those who passed away. So then we include their name in the All Sangha memorial service. So there is another guideline to how we add the Obon Hatsubon service list. So, we have to draw the line. When is a deadline? Not a deadline, but when is a guideline to add this year's Obon or next year's Obon? So the basic understanding is the 49 days rule. So those who pass away before the 49-day memorial service, we are adding next year's memorial Obon Hatsubon service list. So those who, in Buddhist tradition, we have a 49-day memorial service. Those who are already finished the 49-day memorial service, they are adding this year's Obon Hatsubon service. So that basic understanding is, usually Seattle Betsuin, we have Obon Hatsubon service on the second week of July. So usually by the end of May, those who passed away by the end of May, we include this year's Obon Hatsubon service. But after June 1st, I have to talk to the family. If they want to include their names in this year's Obon or next year's Obon. Because sometimes, funeral service should be conducted first before the Obon Hatsubon service. So if even the person passed away before Obon, but funeral is scheduled after Obon, I put their names into next year's Obon Hatsubon service. So that's, if it is too close to the Obon Hatsubon service, when we lose someone we love during in the family is so busy. The family is not ready to have a Obon Hatsubon service. That's one reason. But another reason is in Buddhism in general, it is saying that, as I mentioned, the 49-day period of time, Buddhism in general, our loved ones are not settled yet. According to the in general Buddhist teaching, is still our loved one is roaming around, then I think this is a Chinese tradition. So every seventh day, there is a judgment day. So then there is a judgment whether our loved one goes to the hell or Pure Land or heaven. So there is a judgment every seventh day. Then 49 day is a kind of final judgment. So then our loved one's destination is settled. So this is a common understanding of how our loved one are doing after our loved one passed away. So that's a Buddhism in general. However, Jodo Shinshu teaching, our teaching is a little bit different. That's we have to understand. Jodo Shinshu teaching says, once our life ends in this world, immediately we are born into the Amida Buddha's Pure Land. There is no time to roaming around, no period of time to roaming around, so there is no judgment. Our birth in the Pure Land is already settled here and now. That is our teaching, Jodo Shinshu teaching. So we don't have to worry about the future. We don't have to worry where we are going after we die. So our birth in the Pure Land is already settled here and now. So that's our teaching. So that's why, sometimes we hear, Amida Buddha is saying, you are always welcome to Amida Buddha's Pure Land. But sometimes, it is true, you are all welcome to Amida Buddha's Pure Land. But at the same time, I personally, how I appreciate that Amida Buddha's compassion is, rather than saying, you all are welcomed, I feel you are welcomed. You are welcomed. This is more like not a public announcement. You are all welcome. This is from Amida Buddha, direct message from Buddha to me. You are welcomed. So that's totally different, right? For example, I don't know how many emails you receive. If it is a public announcement type of email, do you read it? I don't. Sorry. If it is coming from the emailing list, I don't. If it is so many names are included in the email, I don't pay attention too much. However, the email is, Reverend Kusunoki, I have a question. The email is directing to me. I really read it. Then I think, I have to reply this email. So that's my mind. So it is important to receive Amida Buddha's teaching as a personal invitation, personal message. So one Japanese TV commercial, it says, life is precious. Treasure life. More than hearing those words thousands or ten of thousands of times, if someone were to say, you are precious, that alone would give me the strength to keep living. I really liked this message because this tells me how important to receive the personal message, because this personal message contains someone's kindness, someone's gentle, kind word heard toward me. So that's why when we receive these words, which includes kind and gentle, we can relieved. We can live in peace. We can keep living. It is really important what kind of word we listen, what we listen. It is not only for the human beings. One time, my wife, Ayano, showed me one book, all the picture book. So that was all, I think it was either crystal form of snow or crystal form of water. So then the book says, I think that someone did an experiment on the shape of the crystal form of snow or water. If someone keeps saying to the water, to the really bad, dirty words, the shape became ugly shape. If someone keep saying the gentle, kind, beautiful word to crystal form of snow, then the shape became beautiful. That changes. I forgot to bring that book today. I should show you. Then sometimes I hear, when you go to the sake brewery, sometimes they play the beautiful music. That's produce the better taste of sake. Then even sometimes I hear, growing the vegetable in the backyard. If you say something to the vegetable, that grows well. Is that true? No? Yes? Please try. Please try it this year. You can maybe compare, maybe one tomato, you can say the nice words to the tomatoes. Then another one, maybe you can say something bad. How if there's any taste difference. Please let me know if you find any difference. But probably, the human beings also the same. If we keep hearing those dirty, bad words, keep hearing these words, we get sick. We get sick. But we are hearing really gentle, supportive, kind word, we get relieved. We can live in peace and harmony. it is really important what we hear. The Buddha's teaching, Buddha's word, then we recite Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. We are reciting, but actually we're listening the Namo Amida Butsu. The word of Namo Amida Butsu contains Buddha's kindness, love, gentle, wisdom, and compassion. In the daily life, we should listen to these kind of words. We have already received the word which contains Buddha's wisdom and compassion. Every day, we keep listen. That's Jodo Shinshu's practice. That's the most important practice for us. Then our teaching says, when our life ends, we are all born into the Amida Buddha's Pure Land. Our birth in the Pure Land is settled here and now. We keep the Buddha's word here in our heart and mind, then we live our daily life. Thank you again for attending this service today. To conclude my Dharma message, I read the White Ashes. So today I read this in Japanese. Then I think English translation is on the program. Then do you show on the? No. Okay. I think this English translation on the service program is Sierra Betsin's English translation. So please listen deeply the words of Renya Shonin. Soれ人間の不詳なる相をつらつら感ずるに、おおよそ儚きものはこの世の始終中、幻のごとくなるいちごなり。されば、いまだ漫才の人参の受けたりということを聞かず、一生過ぎやすし、今に至って誰か100年の業態を保つべきや、我や先人や先、今日とも知らず、明日とも知らず。遅れ先立つ人は元の雫末の梅雨よりも茂しと言えり。されば明日には光願があって夕べには白骨となれる身なり。すでに無常の風来たりぬれば、すなわち二つの眼たちまちに閉じ、一つの息長く耐えぬれば、光願虚しく返じて、通りの装いを失いぬる時は、六神眷属集まって、嘆き悲しめども、さらにその会あるべからず、さてしもあるべきことならねばとて、野外に送って、弱の煙となし果てぬれば、ただ白骨の溝のこれり、哀れというもなかなか愚かなり。されば人間の儚きことは老少不浄の境なれば、誰の人も早く五章の一大事を心にかけて、阿弥陀仏と深く頼み参らせて、念仏申すべきものなり。あなかしこ、あなかしこ、ナモアミダ仏、ナモアミダ仏、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ、ナマンダブ。 ありがとうございます。